Sir. It's official.
Like a referee whistle.
You're now tuned in live to Seriously Not Another Podcast. I'm your host, being ready. Joined by my beautiful co-host, AC.
What's happening?
How you feeling tonight, AC?
After these 2 pregame shots, I'm feeling a little, seriously on fire. You know what I mean?
Hey, those pregame shots was pretty strong.
Yeah, your honey jacket shoe. So, in other words, he's really with the shit. Really with the shit. Like,
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Oh my God, man.
Yo, we coming off of a month-long hiatus.
And it was a long month. We however, it was very productive, to say the least. I think it was needed, but we did miss a lot, but we still have a lot to get off our chest. We're bringing that thunder. If you guys that's listening live on Facebook, you guys want to tune in, go to Spreaker.com, episode 40. Seriously on fire.
Seriously.
Let's go on and fade this out, man. So yeah, man. Welcome to the show. Seriously Not Another Podcast, episode 40. Seriously on fire. Me and AC are back. As some of you know, our last show was December 21st, and we went on a Christmas / New Year break, and also in between time, we also got a lot of stuff behind the scenes done. Me and AC got the new pictures up, as you guys can see.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So now you just don't see the logo, you see the photos. You know what I'm saying? The photo shoot was nice as hell. It went way better than I thought it would. Or
okay.
not to say that it went, because
First of all, fall back. We have a whole shot, a whole ass shot.
The whole shot.
The order matters. Y'all
Order
know
matters.
Shit ain't changed. It's been a month, but it's the same shit, different day. Out here trying to get it each and every way.
Cheers.
All
Seriously
right.
Not Another Podcast. That ain't nothing.
Oh, whatever, nigga.
That ain't nothing. What up, everybody? That's in Facebook Live. They up in that joint.
Oh, you on Facebook Live?
Yeah, hey, if you guys want to listen to the show live, like I said, Spreaker.com. Seriously Not Another Podcast, episode 40. Go in there, get the message boards if you want to comment. And here you can also comment in this Facebook joint if you want. But now we did the photo shoot. Was that your first photo shoot? That was my first photo shoot. And what you think about it?
I was kind of nervous at first because I didn't know what to do. Like, I'm like, okay, tell me what to do, Kels. Like, shout out to K Skate Studios.
Oh yeah, hold on.
That's my girl. She definitely took care of us.
Yes, she did.
I didn't know what to do with myself. I'm like, I don't feel like I'm photogenic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get lucky every now and then, but for the most part, like, I don't really do pictures like that. So, but we got a couple little gems in there.
You know, it's funny that you say that, but you was pretty photogenic that day. You was
really,
yeah. Even like when she was trying to get us with the off cue pictures and all that, like in the middle of us talking, you still stopped and posed. Like you stopped the whole conversation. Was like, give it up, and struck a pose. Like I was like, okay, I'll see you.
I don't know.
She was bringing that thunder.
I don't know. I feel like out of like probably like 150 pics, we got probably like about 30. You know, so it's like 1/5 of the shits.
But,
you know,
but it happens like that. You know.
Yeah.
And the ones I was there was golden.
Right.
And we had a
we didn't had a full on like damn near tussle over these pictures.
Yeah, we had a
behind
crazy
the scenes, but you know, we found a good medium. So, you know, if y'all see that logo, that's pretty much the medium that we came to. Like, fuck it, we gonna throw them all in there.
And I love it like that. And they can see our multiple interactions and what they actually get from the show when they look at that picture.
Absolutely. I was thinking to myself, like, as I was driving here, I'm like, in our generation, there's been 2 masterpieces. Juvenile, Back That Ass Up, and Seriously Not Another Podcast.
Hey.
You know, it's like, you hear that shit, you instantly get hyped. Fuck it.
Right.
So, anyway, what do y'all expect anything different from me?
No, you brought it. You brought it for real. And you know,
oh man,
and it went dope. The scenery was dope. Everything came out nice, man. You know, I was very happy and pleased with the outcome.
Good.
And you know, and it's here now. Now you guys ain't just getting the logo, you getting the full picture, man.
Right.
The full picture.
Yes, indeed.
And so besides photo shoots and stuff for the podcast, everything with you been good, like as far as you know?
Yeah, I mean, I've been literally like I feel like Pookie because I was literally like sweating and shit over the past 4 weeks while we were on this hiatus. I be texting this nigga like, come on, please, let us come back. Like, it's so much shit going on. I need a hit.
Yeah, she was.
I mean, it was like, this shit really has become my life and I didn't even realize it. So I'm just happy to be back. I know our listeners are happy for us to be back. We got a good show in store for y'all tonight. I feel confident that y'all are going to appreciate this.
Most definitely.
And we got the hookah going.
All
glass, no breaks.
All glass, no poogie. You know, since the hiatus, like I've been kind of, you know, I've been kind of busy, man. It's kind of difficult when you have a not only dealing with your podcast, but when you have other podcasts under your umbrella that you know that you produce and that.
What up, Dolly?
That you have to put and bring into formation and try and get it started. I had the Cat versus Dog podcast.
Shout out.
It was a few test runs. It got kind of bumpy, but you know, we end up working it out. And the new situation is
this nigga was firing people before the show even started.
No, I didn't fire nobody.
Anyway,
I didn't fire nobody. He chose to lead the show, but and it's no hard feelings. No hard feelings.
No harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul. And now officially, the last of the Cat vs. Dog podcast will be Young Dolly and the infamous CJ. Cat vs. Dog coming to you soon. You guys should be getting that by the end of February, beginning of March. We pushing it now. We getting the music and we got to set up the photo shoot and all that shit. But yeah, man. Other than that, and we've been doing the No Rules podcast.
Shout
out to Ill Will, Mark, and Nympho.
Yes.
Nympho was a damn fool last week.
Really wildin', as you say. You really wildin'.
That nigga was super wildin'. You know, and yeah, man. So to bring it all into full circle, man, it's and also to find a new recording spot, you know, so we could be all the way official in
the studio.
Yeah, I've been going on tours and this and that to find one. So
okay.
We'll see what Monday bring. Monday.
Yeah, and just to preface what we about to come with, we going for top 200 in 2019. So if you got iTunes, iHeartRadio, whatever the case may be, make sure you rate,
yes,
comment, subscribe.
Yes.
We going for top 200, and it's going to happen with your help. So please, if you're really feeling the kids, let us know. Yeah. If you can't listen live, chime in on the comments on iTunes.
Yeah, Apple Podcasts.
We will get back on the next episode.
Oh yeah, most definitely. We always looking, and you know, you guys
some looking ass niggas.
Looking, And y'all can always reach us on Seriously Not Another Podcast group page or like page. It's one of those.
Right.
On Facebook.
And if you feel so obliged to give us, your feedback or your suggestions for topics, you can do that at Townhouse Media Now at gmail.com.
Oh, she remembered it.
TOWNE House Media Now at gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
You know.
And for those that's listening live, you already know if you want to call in, you know you feel free to call in. The number is area
213
618
8961.
There you go.
Stretch. All right, so Friday fuckery. What do you mean?
Friday fuckery.
Are you starting or you want me to start?
Go ahead, you bring it up. Let's go.
Well, I have a couple. First and foremost, did y'all hear that New York is passing a law to make abortion legal anytime up to birth?
That is seriously nuts.
That's seriously fucking ridiculous.
That is seriously.
Like, in other words, like, I could be like, 36 weeks, I'm doing 4 weeks, I'm over it. Fuck it.
Pull the
motherfucker out.
That's a full baby.
Like, my thing is, why can't you just give birth and give it up for adoption at that point?
Okay, now let me ask you something. Now, a lot of people feel that, like, when they find out in the first few weeks that they're pregnant and they get an abortion, they say, like, that's not murder. Now, if you have the baby up until pregnant or give birth, and like you said, what'd you say, 36 weeks? What'd you say?
That's insane. Yeah, if you like 36 weeks, that's like damn near full term.
So that would you consider?
You can still have an abortion. So they changed the definition of what an actual person is now too. They said that a person is someone who is alive and breathing. So that's the difference, because if you're still in the womb, even at 36 weeks, they're now not considering that to be a human.
Right. So, but would you? Man, that's crazy. Like, almost till birth, that's murder.
I agree. And it's pretty savage, because the shit they have to do to actually conduct an abortion, they have to pretty much, like, tear the baby apart and pull it out.
That's what I'm saying.
And by the time it's 36 weeks, like, it's fully formed. Like, if you ain't made up my thing is, if you ain't made up your mind in the first, like, 12 weeks, fuck it, write the bitch out. Like,
now,
even that, like, second trimester abortion is pretty savage. I know people who've had that shit and they had pieces of the baby still in them later and had to pull that shit out. Like, it's a savage situation.
Right.
And it got to be some shits going on to really make a person decide, like, you know what, 20 weeks in, I can't do this shit.
Now,
but I can only imagine beyond that. That to me is bananas.
That's what I'm saying.
There's babies who've been born at like 20 weeks and have survived.
Right. So they pull a baby out 34 weeks, and they have to, like, cut this baby up, and or how do an actual procedure work?
I don't know.
Some people say it's a vacuum or some type of vacuum. It's
chopped and screwed, I guess. I don't know.
This motherfucker said chopped and screwed.
I don't know that. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. It's like chopped and screwed. Like, I don't know I don't know what they do, but they chop and screw the shit and then they suck it out with a vacuum. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how? That's ridiculous.
And like, what has to be going on to where you decide that late in the game that you can't do this shit that you didn't know weeks before? You
know, a lot of niggas leave their baby mamas high and dry. Let's not.
God damn, no. At a certain point, it's like, fuck it.
Hey.
I don't know. And I'm trying not to judge, but at the same time, I just cannot see a scenario where it's justified to do that shit that late in the game. That's procrastination at its finest.
Cause I done seen people with baby. Okay, I seen dudes that has a girlfriend that's pregnant that's not theirs.
Oh, so you saying like a scenario where a nigga find out like late in the game that it's not his baby?
Yeah, like I mean,
now I'm having a baby that ain't yours, nigga.
Right.
Like, I'm not about to chop and screw the baby because it's not your baby. Like, the fuck?
Now, I'm not saying that I agree with it at all. I don't agree with none of that. Like, you have to be. Who sat there and came up with that? You know, this
nigga in New York. I don't know his name, but whoever is he the governor or the mayor or whoever it was? We need a fact checker, but.
Oh, in the group they said repeat the number. The number is 213-618-8961. You heard the lovely lady.
Yeah, 213-618-8961.
And my boy Drew said, not the chopped and screwed.
I'm sorry. That's the only analogy I could think of. I was trying to make it sound, sexy. I don't know.
You try to make a baby abortion sound sexy.
I was trying to give life where life is not given, clearly. But anyway. So besides that, I guess Chris Brown got accused of rape. And then they came back like a day or two later, like, never mind, that nigga didn't do it.
The next day.
Like, this shit here is the reason why the Me Too movement has no validity. You cannot say a nigga raped you and then be like, you know what? Actually, I don't think you did that shit. My bad.
Oh.
How, Sway? How?
Well, and me and you talked about that before that, and you was like, and I was like, now, out of all this time, now, if somebody told me Chris Brown put hands on a female, I'll go for it. I'll believe him.
That's cold. Like, whoop a bitch ass? Maybe.
Yeah.
Rape a bitch? Nah.
It's too many women throwing themselves at him.
That nigga can dance too good to be taking pussy. I don't believe it. Yeah. That's cold.
I mean, look now.
Pop locking and shit. He ain't got to take no pussy.
And me and you we actually went back and forth about it. I was like, man, I don't know. Like, and to me, I felt like the timing was all wrong. Like, Chris Brown just became the first, well, and I won't say first, the youngest artist to own all his master recordings.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, and all of a sudden now he catches a rape charge.
Hey, and I remember y'all saying the same shit about Bill Cosby with him getting CBS or whatever. Something that y'all said.
NBC, yeah.
I don't know. This was my thing with that, okay? I feel two types of ways about it. On one hand, females is cutting up if they out here accusing people of rape, and it didn't actually happen. That's out of pocket, and it waters down the people who actually have been. So y'all got to cut that. But then on the other hand, I know there's scenarios where people do sometimes be like, yo, chill, like, what I got to give you to calm this shit down, and they will cash a bitch out just to retract their statement, So while I don't necessarily believe that was the case with Chris Brown, I'm not denying the fact that shit actually happens, because we know that this nigga R. Kelly has done that shit several times.
Yeah.
He has cashed out several children.
He for sure
to
did
make sure that
he did that to the girl he pissed on
in the closet, right?
He pissed on, right?
Yeah.
Because through all that debacle, she still ain't came and said anything. She's still a
part of the cult, I believe.
I don't know. She's a part of the R. Kelly cult?
She is, because the females who were on that Surviving R. Kelly shit were saying that they recognized her from the video. That's how they knew that he was, actually doing the shit that he was accused of doing, because he was bringing this girl to his little cult bitches.
Wow.
So
at while she was still underage?
Well, no. At the time of the video, I think she was like 15 or 16. So now she's obviously an adult, but
right.
Yeah,
because she I know through all of that she had canceled her or deleted her Instagram because they was on her nugget in the Instagram joints.
It's wild. Not to rehash that R. Kelly situation, but it's just it was some shit that happened with that was insane to me. And I remember having a discussion with Nympho on Facebook about it, because he was saying, like, why is it that people are just now kind of coming out the woodwork being bothered when this is old news or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And when that shit first happened, I was a damn near a child myself. So my perception of that was totally different than what it is now, me being an adult. And then they also disclose a lot more details now that they didn't before. So
right.
I just can't rock with that nigga. Like, people are saying, like, oh, like, you can't take away his art. Like, we still appreciate the art even though he pisses on kids. I can't rock with that. Like, I have a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all listening to the nigga shit that pissed on my daughter, I don't fuck with y'all. So personally, like, I can't excuse that and be like, oh, he's still artistic just because he got good tracks. I'm like, okay, so if the KKK make fire tracks, y'all rocking with that shit too?
Mm.
You know what I mean? At what point do you have standards?
Now, that's funny. Now, I was listening to Lavoisier. We got into this about how on one of his And those that don't know Lavoisier, look up Grow the Heck Up on Facebook and all social media outlets. Pretty good dude. So he was saying, like, when people say, or how can we count him out and not count out like other rappers that like talk about dealing drugs and talking about killing people and I guess raping, drop the molly in their drink, she ain't even know it type shit.
Yeah, that's wild.
And even the guy, just the rappers or whoever that just degrade women, because you even have women that sing songs where they're like, to where whatever it is, when on the song when they call them bitches or whatever, and then the women sing it and call each other that like it's cool. You know what I'm saying? So he was basically saying, like, it's like the lesser, you can't pick like the lesser of two evils or whatnot, or, it's bad music is bad music, regardless of whether it's sleeping with underage women or, talking about how you the biggest drug dealer out there. What's your take on that?
I don't know. I can't really compare a dude that pisses on kids to an adult that chooses to buy drugs from a trap nigga. Like, I mean, we're talking about the difference between an adult making an informed, conscious decision versus a child making a immature ass decision, which is to be expected of a child.
Right.
So while I do understand the comparison,
mm-hmm.
I think it's like comparing apples to oranges, because it's like they're not at the same maturity level. I don't expect the child to make the sound decisions. I expect the adult to make sound decisions.
Okay.
So
now,
I don't know.
Now, what about when you have a artist like, I know you're going to hate this, like Future.
Wow, really?
An artist like Future.
Oh, you coming for Bay?
Hey.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
Fuck it. What you got to say about Bay?
So you have an artist like Future that makes music about doing all type of Molly, Percocets, lean, and knowing his demographic, a majority of his demographic is teenagers, and he's doing this, promoting all this drug users and dirty Sprite and whatnot, and he don't even do the drugs himself, and admitted to not doing the drugs himself, and said he didn't come out and say it because he didn't want to lose his core fans. He didn't want his fans to know that he wasn't doing drugs. What you think about that?
You said he didn't want his fans to know he was doing drugs.
He wasn't doing drugs. That's what I'm saying. This is coming out of his mouth. He did an interview where he said he didn't come out and tell everybody that he wasn't doing lean or doing all these drugs because they listened to him for that reason. So he didn't want to lose his fans because he's not doing drugs.
I think that's bullshit. I think he was doing drugs. Because I remember hearing something recently where they said that he recognized that he had a problem, and so he was actually talking about coming off of it.
Right. He was done. He said he didn't do them no more. So he been stopped. He been stopped, but he didn't want to come out and say it.
Personally, I think he's probably getting money from Big Pharma. So I think he was actually promoting the shit because he was probably had an endorsement with them on the low.
Which is still bad if most of your demographic is teenagers.
Absolutely, and especially when people's mamas and grandmamas got them shits in the medicine cabinet and they could just go steal them shits, but I don't know. I think both are pretty weak. I don't like Future for his content. I like Future because he's over 6 feet and he's fine as fuck. Let's just be honest.
So, okay.
I'm not going to sit here and act like I agree with the shit that the nigga talks about. He's just eye candy to me.
I'm glad you say that. Now,
I'm just being honest.
Now, what if somebody felt like that with R. Kelly, though?
What?
If somebody felt like R. Kelly was eye candy and thought he was sexy.
How do you find a nigga that pisses on kids sexy?
The same way you feel a nigga who talk about drugs to teenagers.
I don't even listen to the nigga. I watch him on mute.
Who?
Future.
Oh my God. Hold on. She got to get one of these.
I be looking at YouTube videos on mute like,
That's funny. But now, so that's what I'm saying. Like you, and that's why I felt.
I do fuck with Future. I ain't gonna lie. I like Future's music. Some of the songs lately, he been coming out with bullshit. Maybe it's because he's not on the shit no more. I don't know, but I don't think the Future is comparable to R. Kelly personally. That's just my opinion. But I'm biased. So.
Okay.
I admit it.
No, I'm glad.
In the words of R. Kelly, I admit it.
I'm glad you say that, because that's what I'm saying. There's still people out here, like R. Kelly streams went up crazily after all this. So it's still.
But I think that's because they were going back and listening to shit for clues, because in the little documentary they were saying like, oh, he was leaving little clues in his song. So I think that the streams went up because people probably went back to listen to certain shit to see if they could find the little hidden gems or whatever.
But it's still a lot of people that still support him and don't care and feel the same way. Like, no matter what it is, like, I'm still fucking with the music, and that's bottom line. He make good music.
Yeah, that's wild to me.
And it is what it is. And it's a lot of women. Like the video, he had a show out there at when all this shit was going on. And he still, and you see, I don't know if you've seen the video, but he still had a lot of women in there. It was mostly women.
Yeah, I would think even more so after this documentary, he got women in there, because now regular bitches think they got a chance. Because if you watch that documentary and you see what some of them people was looking like, shit, if I was thirsty enough, I'd pull up too. Like, oh, damn. If he fucking with that, let me get a little floor seat. I might get this issue. I'm just saying, like, them people look like beyond regular ass bitches and children. I mean, if I was like a basic 15-year-old and I wanted to get that issue, I'd be there.
That's funny. So,
you know, it's sad, but it's a reality.
And it's, to me, like, let's see, in the message board, B-Hop said, what'd he say? He said, I say they all should go. Everybody. Shout out to Talk 30 Podcast and the live message boards on Spreaker. Shout out to Young Dolly. He said we booming. Yeah, y'all.
He said he was going to a holiday party, and it ain't even a holiday though.
Who, Anthony? I'm at a holiday party right now. What holiday?
Exactly. I'm like, it ain't no holiday.
Do niggas celebrate King Day like way after? Like,
man, that's some nigga shit right there. I'll be back. I'm at a holiday party.
Now, yeah, I mean the R. Kelly joint is nuts, but I mean.
Well, I wanted to bring up something because in line with what we're talking about, I saw some data that kind of delves into what high school students consider rape to be. And I thought this was actually pretty interesting when discussing the subject, because I think part of the issue is that some people still have a misconception about what rape actually is, right? So there's this study that was done, and it's basically asking, when is rape okay? So this is during a poll of high school students. Someone answered the following questions. Is it all right if a male holds a female down and physically forces her to have sex if? So one of the questions is, he spent a lot of money on her. 39% of males said yes. 12% of females said no. Or 12% of females said yes. So let me rewind. If a dude spent a lot of money on a female, it's okay for him to hold her down during sex. 39% of men believe that. 12% of females believe that. That's crazy. So in other words, high school males think it's okay to hold a female down and physically force her to have sex if he spent bread on her. Okay, he is so turned on, he thinks he can't stop. 36% of males said yes, and 21% of females said yes. That's
the shit that kills me. The niggas is stupid, but the amount of women is nuts.
Well, 21% of females say yes, so that's still pretty low. That's less than a quarter.
That's way more.
More than enough, though. Yeah. She has had sexual intercourse with other guys. 39% of males think it's okay. 18% of females. She is stoned or drunk. 39% of males said yes. 18% of females said yes. She lets him touch her above the waist. 39% of males said yes, and 28% of females said yes. So that's actually increasing for the females. If above the waist would be like what, titties? If she lets him grab her titties,
yeah,
and he goes ahead and tries to have sex with her, they think this shit is cool. She's going to, and then changes her mind. 54% of males said yes, and 31% of females said yes. That's the big one, because we've talked about this a couple times. When you think that it's cool, like, y'all in the moment, and she was going to let you have that shit, and then she changed her mind. In other words,
I got to see that part of higher learning.
We're going to get into that. So 54% of males think it's okay to still smash if, she was going to and then changed their mind. And 31% of females say yes. She's led him on. Again, 54% of males said yes. 26% females said yes. Mm-hmm. And what is led him on? That's so vague.
Well, I mean, what is led on? That's flirt.
That's what I'm saying. That's
it's too much of an open spot there. Led on. What all can you do to lead a man on?
I mean, that's
sexual
what
threats?
You were talking about a few weeks back when you were saying, like, when a woman goes to the hotel room, for example. Mm-hmm. Is that leading a man on?
Yeah, a woman go to a hotel room, it's something going down. What woman goes to a fucking hotel to play dominoes and cards?
Well,
especially at a certain time.
That's part of the problem, because apparently it's an assumption that means that she was going to smash, and maybe she didn't think that that's what she was saying. So there we go. Okay. She gets him excited sexually. 51% of males said yes, it's okay to take her down. And 42% right of females said. So gets him excited sexually. What would that be? Head? Jack off? Sucking on the neck? What? What is getting excited?
If a dude
if he's hard, basically. But if his dick is hard, he could take her down.
But if a chick is doing all that and a dude still raping, like, come on, bro, just get your issue right there, and that's it. Like, you already getting topped.
See, this subject, this study is already like kind of sketchy. But anyway, they have dated for a long time. 43% of males think it's okay. 32% of females said it's okay. If you want to check this out, I guess it's someone named Jacqueline Goodchilds that did this. And the website is www.fearus.org if you want to check this data out. But the point of us bringing this up is just to say that the perception of what rape is differs depending on who you're talking to.
Facts.
So we have to keep this in mind when we're talking about these different subjects, because obviously this data here shows that it's not clear what rape is.
And that's scary. That's very scary.
Because maybe the guy didn't think that he was raping the woman, to their defense. And then contrarily, maybe the woman thought that she got raped and she wasn't. So I was telling Ben Ray to watch Higher Learning, because I was having one of my Netflix and chill days and I watched Higher Learning. And then I was even looking at that little scene. I don't know if y'all remember that scene, but the white girl in Higher Learning, when she got all extra wasted and shit, and she was chilling with one of the little frat brothers or whatever, and she willingly went back to his room with him, and they started engaging in sexual intercourse, but she wanted to stop because she realized that he was doing it without a condom. So she kept saying, like, Billy, where's the condom? He's like, oh, it's cool, don't worry about it. She's like, no, Billy, we need a condom. And he's like, no, it's cool, just chill. She's like, Billy, we need a condom. Stop, Billy, no. So it's like he was kind of hitting it, and then she pushed him off and she runs out because she feels like she's been raped. Now, to me...
Wait, that part. Do you remember? Now, I remember the scene specifically. Remember when she ran down the street and what she ran past?
Who?
And they zoomed in on it?
Who?
They zoomed in on a police tower.
Yeah.
And she ran right past it.
Right.
And they zoomed in on it to let you know, like, she ran right past it. But that shit was crazy. But go ahead.
I don't know. I guess, okay, so in that scenario, I didn't think that was rape. I did think that he was out of pocket.
Once she say no, though, it's over. No means...
So that's what I'm saying. It's sketchy. You know what I mean? Because it's like, to me... She didn't have a problem with having sex. She had a problem with the fact that he was fucking her with no condom.
Right.
So, but at the same time, he was still trying to press the line, even though she said no. So it's like that gray area, So I could see how there are scenarios where maybe men can even be confused about whether or not it's cool or not. But I think we talked about this before when the No Rules squad was here. Like, at the end of the day, if somebody says no, fuck it. Just cut it. Like, it ain't even worth it to try to figure out if it's rape or not. Like, just cut it.
Right. That's, yeah, in the middle. I don't care if it's in the middle or whatever it is. Like, once somebody say stop that hurt. No, blah blah blah. Like, that was crazy. Young Dolly in the message board, he said, "All this shit is creepy." Oh, he's talking about the shit we reading off. He said that was rape. AC, what happened on the movie? He said that was rape. Young Chef said, for real. So, like, yeah.
Oh, my bad. That was Anthony talking about he had a holiday party. My bad, Dolly. Anthony, what fucking holiday is it?
Yeah, I want to know that. Hold on.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Wait,
are you my bad, Dolly?
Hold on. We gotta give Anthony one of these. Look.
Right, that's weird. Anthony.
A holiday party right now.
It's a bar mitzvah, my nigga.
What's today's date?
Somebody
January
getting
25th?
Circumcised today? What the fuck is it? I don't know. Anyway.
Do niggas celebrate circumcision?
I don't know. Look, I don't give a fuck if you got the foreskin or not.
Oh.
It's not rape.
AC brought the first thunder. She brought the first thunder.
Look, anyway.
She brought the first thunder. Let's get another one. She don't care about the skin. You can get it in.
Right.
Oh,
let's
my
stand
God.
in.
That's funny as shit.
So Young Dolly said that was rape, AC. And then Chef Illusion said, as soon as you hear no, it's a no-go. Okay.
And on here, he said, it was in quotes, it said, "Are you fully aware the extent to which niggas love R. Kelly?" Huey Freeman.
Who said that?
Huey Freeman. Is that the dude from that cartoon? Huey, what's the name of it? Boondocks. That's one of them. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take this shot that's been sitting here.
Okay. Well, you ready now?
I'm going to take this shot and then I'm going to pause.
Okay, go ahead. Well, can you slide the little Robitussin cup over here?
Don't you do it. These are shot glasses.
This shit look like a communion cup.
It is communion. This is church.
Oh, shit. Hold on. AC with two thunders.
We didn't break bread, but we got hookah.
Dice says sometimes 5 no's mean 1 year. Sometimes girls say no to see how bad you really want it. LOL.
I ain't gonna lie, that's one of my favorite things to do is say no before I get fucked. I don't know why. I love to pretend like I don't want the dick. I don't know why I do that though. And that's not right. I'm like, stop it, boy, no. Move. Oh, fuck, okay, fine. All right, if you insist, fuck it.
Better wash these ceilings.
Look, I've been doing yoga.
Hold on. She been doing yoga since we been up over here. Man, I might be lightning. She might be thunder. Shit, we're bringing that thunder.
I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. I mean, I don't know why I do that shit. I don't know. It's just a thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like role play or something.
Yeah. So how do you know which is which?
Oh, you'll know if I don't want to fuck you.
Hey, look. Chef said as soon as you hear no, it's a no go. Then he said, "See, look, talking about you going on that little playing games rant, the little game." So okay, to say like how would a guy know the difference between the no, keep going?
If I say no, but I still poke my ass out or let you put your dick on me, it means yes.
Okay. Now if you
just saying.
Now if you trying to get up off the bed and halfway out the hands on the ground, ass in the bed.
If I say no and I'm by my door unlocking that shit, it means no.
Got it.
You know?
Got it. And
if your dick can't get hard, it's definitely no.
Shit, they ain't got a choice. Shit.
Wait.
Nigga can't get on Lake Placid with a flaccid.
Wait, you can't break me with a soft dick, my nigga. What you gonna do? Put the worm on me? Just be like, here.
Hey, women like
take
gummy
this
worms.
Little worm. The gummy worm. It ain't even a sour gummy worm. It's like that shit nobody wants, the 99-cent store.
Oh, no.
It's not a Haribo.
Wait. No, I'm not going there. I was about to say some shit I was going to incriminate myself like on some Paul shit. Because you know it's a difference in the head. Like,
hell yeah, it's levels to these worms.
I don't know about the worms, but I don't know. Hey, what you laughing at, man? I'm your cousin, man. Don't laugh at me, man. Those that don't know, my cousin Psycho Mike is in the background laughing his ass off at AC right now.
Yeah.
B-hop in the building laughing. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't. Oh, my God. Wait.
What? Tell me why you mad at?
This is funny as hell. So I'm at work today. So those that don't know, my brother worked with me. So me and him and a coworker was sitting there talking, and I don't know what they was talking about, how it got there, but my coworker was like, "Nah, I ain't fucking with no pork chop bone." And then he was like, but them turkey chops. He looked both ways. He was like, "Man, I don't suck the bone marrow out one of them." I was like, "Whoa,
a turkey chop? What is that?"
Whoa, a turkey chop?
I don't know what that is.
A turkey chop is just like a pork chop, but it's turkey. Yeah.
Never had one.
You never had a turkey chop?
Nope.
Yo.
Are they fire?
Fire. Wait, hold on. You had a turkey chop before? You never had a turkey chop?
No. I only like the dark meat of the turkey.
Lady A in the building. What up?
I'm scared.
She said, "Hey, y'all,
I'm scared of her."
What you scared of Lady A for?
Because she just sound like she could whoop my ass. I ain't even gonna lie. I just had to take that L. I'd be like, you know what? Fuck.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Jesus.
Just don't hit my face.
But yeah, that turkey chop was horrible. I never heard somebody say that they'll suck the bone marrow out of a bone because it's that good. That was crazy.
Wait a minute. Dolly said I'm going to get a nigga locked up. No, I'm not going to get a nigga locked up because I'm not going to accuse him of rape. Like, what?
It is as such as a turkey chop. Turkey chops are real out here in the hood.
No, that's bullshit.
And Lady A said, "I'm so sweet." She laughed and said, "I'm so sweet."
I believe she is. I actually really love her. I was listening to the first episode of the after show, and she's really cute. I like her little personality. She's so political with her shit, but still, I don't know.
The nice calm people had a wild side.
Yeah, that's true.
And they'll snap at a flash.
That's true. I don't fight fear. I'll just pull out my grandmommy told me. If somebody want to come for you, just get the nearest brick and just hit them with that shit. So I can't fight fair because I don't have the energy. So I'm just going to find whatever is nearby.
A brick most definitely will get your ass whooped because it's heavy. So if
and that's assuming that it's just a random loose brick nearby.
Random brick.
My grandmommy told me that shit, but I don't see a lot of loose bricks nearby. They pretty much sealed together. So I'm going to break the brick apart.
You about to get your ass whipped like, "Oh, there's a brick." And you pick it. You stop. You getting socked up all in your back of your head and you go to reach for the brick.
Right. Like, fuck that bitch. I'm going for the brick.
You might get knocked out reaching up for that brick.
Right. Hold on, bitch. Wait. I gotta go this way.
Time out. Stop hitting me in the back of my head so I can pick up this brick.
Time out. Don't pull my hair. I gotta get this brick. Yeah, that was some OG shit. I guess back in the day they allowed you time to grab the brick. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess if it's not a even fight, they'll stop and be like, "Go ahead and get something because I'm about to whoop your ass."
I'm not fucking with this hookah because you about to make me choke.
Dolly said niggas might think no mean kinda no.
I like a kinda no issue.
Oh.
Convince me that no means yes.
I wish the people listening live on Facebook can hear the sound effects that going on in the show.
Why they can't hear? Oh, because they know how to whatchamacallit.
Maybe if I set the...
Why do I keep rolling over my shit? All right, here we go. So anyway, let's see.
So look, so you gonna have to bring, even though I have notes for the topics in this phone, all the topics that was sent together are in this phone, so I can't go to them. So you're gonna have to bring them joints up.
All right, hold on. Here we go. Okay. Oh, we got a caller.
Oh,
perfect timing.
We got a caller. Hold on now. Dang, we got the keys all there. Hold on. Let's see what we got.
Hello?
Seriously, another podcast.
Yo, AC, please don't get nobody put in jail.
I won't.
What you mean you won't? You talking about, I like a kinda no issue. No, there is no kinda no issue.
Oh, there is a kind of no issue.
It's a kinda no issue, but that shit is a case by case basis. Don't have these niggas thinking that these kinda no's is happening out here.
Okay.
Yeah, let kinda no be discussed before y'all even get hot and bothered.
I'm not discussing shit. Turn him up. Turn him
that's
up.
how
He's
niggas go to
low.
jail.
No. Kinda no means yes. You gonna know the difference between a real no and a kinda no. I told you the criteria, Dolly.
Yes, but a lot of people, they gonna take a lot of those criteria and be like, well, it looked like her ass was sticking up.
Okay.
It kind of seemed like she was poking it out a little bit.
Okay.
And the nigga gonna be telling that to the judge, and the judge gonna be like, all right, for sure, nigga, I'm gonna need you to sit down for about 5 to 10.
Ooh. Okay. You might be right, but I can honestly say in my situations that has never happened because I don't snitch when it comes to kind of know.
But a lot of females do snitch.
Okay. All right.
Snitching is popping in these streets. But I'm gonna listen.
You right. So, gentlemen, if you hear a kind of no, wait for the signal to know that it's a yes. Don't do what I do.
Nigga said, but I didn't even know you was getting off the phone. Nigga just hung the phone up.
Hey, I ain't mad at him. He like, I said what I said.
So they said fix the audio. I don't know why they can't hear.
No, because he was low.
Oh, okay. Let me take this out.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's nuts. So we gonna go into the next joint or what? What we got?
Well, it's 9:47. The next topic that I wanted to bring up, I was planning to bring it up after the break, but we are about 10 minutes early. So it's up to you if you want to break first or if you want to just delve into it.
We got 10 or 12 minutes.
Do you have anything that you want to talk about? Any shit on your mind?
Yes. Well, what is the title? Is that the part you're talking about?
Right. I'd rather do that after the break.
Okay, then we can go into a real deep dive. Well, let's see what we got here. We got King Jess, what up? Let me give a shout out to everybody in here. King Jess been in here. He just came in. Oscar, Henrietta, Lady A, Ray Cooper. I don't even know I should be naming all these people. These niggas, governments out there like that. My nigga Rock. Yeah, I'm not gonna say everybody.
Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. Yeah, everybody that's rocking with us on Facebook Live.
Yes, indeed.
Real brief.
Oh, he said he sounded loud as shit, so I guess it was too loud.
Oh, somebody said that in the
Dolly said that.
Oh, okay. Oh, so man, they telling me turn it up, so he was cool then.
I told you to turn it up because on our end it sounded low, but I guess on their end it sounded
I hope it wasn't too loud. So,
well, they heard loud and clear.
Yeah, they did.
Kind of no is a no,
so
that way.
The documentary guy, that Jay-Z did the documentary about.
Who?
What's his name? Khalif?
Oh, yes. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So Khalif Browder's family just got awarded $3.3 million.
$3.3 million.
$3.3 million. They just got awarded by the state of New York. For those that don't know, Khalif Browder was a young man who was falsely accused of, it was robbery, I think, right?
Yeah.
Because they said he stole someone's backpack or some bullshit like that. And so he wasn't even actually convicted. He was just in jail awaiting trial.
Basically, he was basically just kidnapped. He was snatched off the streets. What?
He was underage too.
Yeah, he was 16. It was 10 days before his birthday.
And he stayed in there for like 3 years, right? While he was waiting on trial.
Right.
And so, long story short, you know, they just kept putting his shit off because they kept trying to offer him plea deals and he wouldn't take it because he was innocent.
Mm-hmm.
And so he dealt with a lot of shit. Khalif actually has a documentary as well. I think it was on Spike TV, right?
Right.
It was called Time, or what was it called?
That wasn't the Jay-Z one. That was the Jay-Z one. That Jay-Z produced.
Jay-Z produced it, but I'm trying to think of what it was called. It was called something like Time or something with Khalif Browder. But whatever the case may be, you know, he dealt with a lot of shit in jail because he was a little nigga.
He was getting beat, jaw broken,
put in the whole solitary. He was in solitary confinement for like a long ass time.
Right.
And they kind of opened a discussion about that, how being in solitary confinement causes like some mental health issues because, you know, we thrive off of human interaction.
Mm-hmm.
And so, long story short, when they finally let him out, he was pretty fucked up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up committing suicide.
Right. What was that? He committed suicide in 2015, and you know, and that was all from what would they call it? Was it post-traumatic? What kind of stress is that? Just
I mean, it's definitely post-traumatic stress, but I think also he probably had a little bit of schizophrenia or something too, because it's like when you're in solitary confinement, at a certain point, you kind of lose, you know, you lose track of space and time, and you almost have to have like a delusion going on in order to keep yourself sane. So I think he probably had like some altered sense of reality in order to keep himself
right and
sane.
And I can only imagine. Now, I never been in jail, but I can only imagine how the solitary confinement is. Because just recently, I woke up at 7 at night and thought it was 7 in the morning. Damn near flipped my wig.
I barely like sitting in my cubicle at work without interacting with nobody. Like, it's weird.
Yeah,
it's like it's too quiet in here.
So just
somebody do some shit.
Being locked up for 23 hours out of the day,
in the dark. Not coming out, having your meals given to you through a hole, like rats.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like, he was in what they call it, Rutgers Island. That's one of the most vicious jails in U.S. history. Damn near like Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
And then beside that point, his mother ended up passing away from a broken heart.
Yeah, literally died from a broken heart.
So with that said, the $3.3 million that they awarded to his family is definitely appreciated, but it's not even comparable to the shit. When you have your life taken away from you behind that shit, it's priceless.
Yeah.
There's no dollar amount that could fix that.
And that's two family members going over a stolen backpack. Like, and you know, I don't know if, you know, if it was some conspiracy shit going on behind the scenes, but he basically hung himself for a backpack, whether he stole it or not. A backpack, 3 years for a stolen backpack.
That's wild.
That should have been a slap on the wrist and get out of here. We don't feel like doing this paperwork type shit. Like that didn't make no sense. And 3.3 million, like, that's not gonna bring him back or his mom back.
Right.
You know, what is three? I mean, let's be real.
And then that's the thing too, like, so when it came to the whole situation with him being in jail, I think his mom wanted to bail him out, but she couldn't afford to bail him out initially. And so then when she had gotten up enough money to bail him out, then they had said no bail.
Right.
So it's a lot of people in jail right now who are technically not even convicted, but they're just sitting there because they can't afford to bail out.
And the bail was $3,000, man.
It was lower than that. I think that his family would have only had to pay like $800 or $900, but they just didn't have it. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Like,
if I had to bail a nigga out for $800 or $900 right now, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
and they didn't have no property to put up as collateral or anything like that.
And this is a kid. Like, come on, bro. Like. People couldn't, and I'm pretty sure they didn't know that by him going in there that he would be in there that long, or that it would, you know, fuck him up to the point to where he would kill himself. But you know, like, and this is some us as black people, we have to, you know, stick together and have our life in order for situations like this. Like,
yeah,
because
but I mean, I don't think the average black person just has money to decide for bail.
Well, not just one, but like, you know, friends, family, you know, close friends, family. Like,
but
it
I
should
mean,
be.
Think about it. Like, if all the people that you fuck with are in the same situation as you,
Yeah,
living in the inner city, and
that's what I'm saying.
Think about this government shutdown, for example. I seen an article today that someone who's a federal employee said they have $1.06 in their bank account right now. Like, this is someone who has a full-on career, but because of the fact that their income has been stopped due to something that had absolutely nothing to do with them, they got $1.06. And just imagine if their loved one got locked up right now. They couldn't do shit.
And that shit is
which that government shutdown is a whole nother fucking situation.
Whole nother topic. Are we getting into that?
I mean, we might as well. Shit, well, we got a little time.
Now, my thing is okay, look, rest in peace, you know, and I'm glad the family got something
absolutely
out of it, because, you know, even though 3 million, you know, it won't fix everything, but, you know, hopefully, you know, it helps, but it won't fix. Because, you know, losing somebody is, you know, it's
irreplaceable.
Permanent. Yeah, so, you know, rest in peace and hope, you know, the family find comfort. Now, with this government shutdown thing, and supposedly today that they came to agreement or you know, just an agreement for the meantime. Like, basically, all this shit happened over these past few weeks. What's it been? 3 weeks? No, has it been longer?
It's been 33 days.
So so a month. So a month some change.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, people went without pay for a month for no reason, because he still didn't have no wall, no nothing for the wall. And now, you know, the stuff is here now to where, you know, you know, the shutdown is over, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, it's unfortunate that, you know, these people went through that. And I was thinking before this, like a couple of weeks ago, it's like, we all been hearing stories of like, you know, they're going to start having people do drug tests for food stamps and money and, you know, just cutting it off completely. And I was thinking in this time, like, what if this was it and they just cut all government assistance off?
I mean, I'm glad you said that, because if the shutdown didn't do anything else, I think one thing that it did do was show people that you cannot get too comfortable with thinking that this shit is a guaranteed thing. The government can decide at any time that they're going to cut this shit off. So it's like Section 8, WIC, food stamps, pretty much anything that's funded by the U.S. government was in jeopardy. Even tax returns, which we know there's some people who plan they whole first half of the year off of a tax return. Let's be honest here. I mean, no shade, but it just is what it is.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
So with that said, like, you cannot get too comfortable to think that this shit is guaranteed. And I think that if there was nothing else to be learned out of the situation, now, by no means am I speaking to the people who actually work for the federal government who just wasn't getting paid. That is just pure fuckery. But for people who are like relying upon these different assistance programs, that's a wake-up call. Like, even if the government doesn't put a time limit on the program, you kind of need to give yourself a mental limit so that you know, like, okay, let me try to work towards becoming independent, because at any time they could decide that they want to cut this shit.
Right.
And then I'm fucked. You know? I seen posts where people were saying, like, do you know of any food banks and shit like that? Because they couldn't even grasp the concept that you're getting your same shit. You're just getting it early.
Right.
You know, because it's like you're just so used to that routine that you're not even thinking about budgeting. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, I just think that if there's nothing to be learned from this situation, I think that this is a wake-up call that people need to kind of, you know, work towards not having to rely on that shit.
Yeah.
I don't want my future to be determined by fucking Donald Trump or whoever the fuck is in office. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What I didn't like about everything was when people was making fun of the people.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
You know, like I was raised on government assistance, like food stamps, Section 8. I come from that. So it's like no matter what my beliefs is with politics, whatever the case, like I talked about this with Dolly, no matter what I believe in, like when I go vote, my vote is for the people in need, like no matter what I believe in, because I come from that. And a lot of people don't understand what it's like to come from that. And it's a difference when you have a parent that's on it or just abusing the system versus a parent that's on it because of illness or not being able to work, or handicap or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
That's different.
That's what a lot of people like.
But let's be honest. If we're being completely honest, we know that that's not the majority.
Big facts.
If we're being completely honest.
Big facts.
And
that's the people who eating the shrimp, the crabs, and filet mignons.
I'm
and
just
all
saying, and selling they shit or whatever because at the time it may not be no big deal.
Right.
And I get it. I definitely didn't get raised on that shit, but we had hard times. It was definitely a solid 2 weeks where we had to make potatoes in a lot of creative fucking ways to get through to the next pay period, which is why I love potatoes now because my mom was a beast with them motherfuckers.
Did she make the skillet joints with the onions and bell pepper?
I'm telling you, in so many ways, twice baked, all of that. But my point is to say that.
I'm sorry, I had to for the skillet potatoes because I ain't eating carbs right now.
Right, home fried and shit. But my point is to say that, if you are one of the people who was impacted by that, whatever you got to do, look up some classes, find you a trade.
Yeah.
You know how to bump on some hair, whatever it is. Now is the time for you to start working towards independence because we can clearly see the direction that this shit is going.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't want to get lost in the sauce when they really decide to cut this shit off.
And it's a lot of trades out there that don't cost a lot at these junior colleges and adult schools that you can make more money than the average person, like these HVAC joints.
Dude, look at
plumbers.
These niggas. Did you see that Taco Bell, Blue Kitchen, and all flavor no grease opened a restaurant together in Ladera Heights?
Yeah.
I mean, that dude, all flavor no grease, was making quesadillas down the street from the projects and shit.
Yeah.
And now he's a fucking business owner.
And Blue Kitchen, back in 2012, I used to drive. He had posted something. I don't know how I've seen it, but I don't know if it was on Instagram or Facebook. I seen it. He was making these crazy grilled cheese sandwiches with like crab and.
Yes.
I drove from over off of Vermont. I drove all the way to Long Beach to his apartment. I'm pretty sure he don't stay there no more. But it was across the street from Long Beach, Jordan. I drove over there in that crazy side and got me my shit. Paid the $20.
And it was fire.
Fire.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not trying to be insensitive to people in these situations, but there's really no barrier to success if you determine enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whoever didn't put that shit in a nigga's mind that you can't be self-sufficient, we got to cut that. Like, there's so many ways to get bread out here.
Right.
You just got to choose one.
Cali Cam is on the Facebook live feed. He said, I thought it was going to last past February. Well, shoot, I guess they all did, but it's crazy at the time that he called off the shutdown is because his boy, his right-hand man just got picked up by the FBI. You know that, right?
Who?
Trump boy. I forgot his name. He just got picked up today, or it was yesterday. It was either last night or today. One of his Ace Boone Coons got caught up in that FBI stuff with the Russians, and they picked him up, and just so happened the next day, the shutdown is over.
Shut her down.
But it's we 4 minutes past the half spot. We have a song today.
He said a song today.
Yeah.
So basically, we about to play a track by my nigga Slim and the homie YT. It's called Going Up.
Going up.
You know?
It's
Check
going up.
them out. It is going up.
If you listening live, enjoy the song. You watching live on Facebook, I'll still politic with y'all while my mic off. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
Slim featuring who?
YT.
YT, Going Up.
somebody bitches in here trying to fuck. Ooh, it's going up, it's going up, They pouring up, we asking do they got enough, They getting twisted off the liquid, show enough. We got somebody bitches in here trying to fuck. Ooh, got a nigga by a landslide, skiing down on the ski slopes. Right now I'm on fire. Get too close, get a heat stroke. Your girlfriend got the water right. Dive in her, do the deep stroke. My left stroke is a death stroke. She still like when I breaststroke. Oh, on the set though, she got the best stroke. Say my dick is a drug and I am the plug. I make her call me Ernesto. Ooh, I'm fucking her up with finesse though. Like underlay, I'm fucking her up with finesse. Turn her upside down. Body looking like an hourglass. She was going round for round. Before you know it, like an hour passed. Yeah, baby got back. Ooh, she got a whole lot of ass, so I put her face down. And the rest you ain't gotta ask. It's going up, it's going up, They pouring up, we asking do they got enough, We getting twisted off the liquid, show enough, We got somebody bitches in here trying to fuck. Ooh, it's going up, it's going up, They pouring up, we asking do they got enough, They getting twisted off the liquid, show enough. We got somebody bitches in here trying to fuck. Ooh.
I understand you got a kid and your schedule's full, but I've been trying to see you for weeks. Where's the energy, baby? I thought that you was feeling me, baby. TBH, no response is killing me lately. I had to get it off my chest, hoping when you hear this, you respond to the text. Like, come over for drink, you know, we can kick it. I'm living at my mama's house, so I can't visit. Ay, yeah, I had to keep it true. Yeah, I'm with another chick, but I'd rather be with you. She get on my nerves with all them arguments. Pull up 5 minutes late, she tryna start some shit. Asking questions like, where did my gas go? I fucked another chick in your car, my asshole. Ayy, but back to you, my brown skin princess with the attitude.
It's going up, it's going up, They pouring up, we asking do they got enough, We getting twisted off the liquid, show enough, We got somebody bitches in here trying to fuck. Ooh, it's going up, it's going up, They pouring up, we asking do they got enough, They getting twisted off the liquid, show enough. We got somebody bitches in here trying to fuck. Ooh, it's going up, it's going up, They pouring up, we asking do they got enough, We getting twisted off the liquid, show enough, We got somebody bitches in here trying to fuck. Ooh,
get to that yen just like time, didn't do no waiting. This tight situation made it hard for escaping. She thicker than a snicker, I'm giving her Mr. Good bar. Splashing, bursting, half in the stars and milk away to Mars. In the car like we in the bed, but in the bed like we in the car. They say it's nothing easy, but in the end it came from working hard. She do all type of tricks with a Twix on the dick. Plunging with no luggage in her ribs like she was taking a trip. She do all type of tricks with a Twix on the dick. Plunging with no luggage in her ribs like she was taking a trip. Stuck down to stack it up and now I'm dripping with whips. A different type of true, it hurt it when it wasn't a myth.
It's going up, it's going up, They pouring up, we asking do they got enough, We getting twisted off the liquid, show enough, We got somebody bitches in here trying to fuck. Ooh, it's going up, it's going up, They pouring up, we asking do they got enough, They getting twisted off the liquid, show enough. We got somebody bitches in here trying to fuck. Ooh.
So,
yes, indeed. Shout out to my nigga Slim.
Slim featuring.
So you said they was feeling that on Facebook?
Dice said it was fire.
Okay.
So far, that was the.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. So the title of this episode is Seriously on Fire. FYRE.
We on fire. FYRE.
We on fire, little baby.
We on fire, minus the cheese bread sandwiches.
Ooh. I like a cheese down.
Not that one.
To the cheese ground.
Not that cheese sandwich.
Not that cheese sandwich. So if you don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about the documentary FYRE on Netflix.
And if you haven't seen it, please go watch the FYRE. What is that the full? What was the full name of it?
It's called FYRE.
It's just
FYRE. That's the Netflix one, but then they got a Hulu one too called FYRE Fraud.
Okay, I need that Hulu issue from you.
Because people been going back and forth about which one is better. Personally, I thought the Netflix one was better, but check out both of them because it's wild.
Was it better overall or just the quality? Was it the interview?
So to me, the Netflix one was better from a standpoint of production and just like it was chronological because they pretty much started from beginning to the end as far as what happened. Whereas Hulu kind of went into more detail as far as like McFarlane's commentary, because McFarlane actually gave like live interviews on the Hulu version.
Got it.
So, but let's rewind. So basically, FYRE is a documentary about the most epic disaster of our millennial generation. Spoiler alert for those who have not watched the shit. We're about to delve into the shit.
Yeah.
This is a full-on critique.
So, FYRE was a what would you call that? A festival.
Yeah.
By Silly McFarlane and Ja Rule.
Billy.
No,
you call him Silly.
Silly McFarlane and Ja Rule.
Ja Rule. See, those who don't know, Billy McFarlane and Ja Rule were going to go into business together to start an app called FYRE, which was supposed to be an app that you use to book artists.
After he just did a credit card fraud business.
Oh, God.
But yeah,
that's
go ahead.
A whole nother story.
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, the idea was actually pretty dope because, like, say an average Joe like us want to get Ja Rule at a birthday party, we could just go on the app and book him through the app. So they trying to figure out, okay, what can we do to create a buzz around this business? So McFarlane had this idea like, yo, let's do a fucking festival. Or one of the people on his camp had an idea to do a festival. So they get so caught up in the idea of this festival. I guess they had flew over to the Bahamas and they found an island that was supposedly owned by Pablo Escobar. They hired a shitload of models and stuff. And they decided they're going to do like a full-on video to promote this festival that's technically not even planned yet.
Right.
They were trying to do the shit 6 months out, which it takes...
Impossible for a festival.
Nearly impossible. They're trying to do some shit along the lines of Coachella, which takes ample time to plan. Just doing the stage and everything alone takes time. And so, long story short, the documentary kind of outlined the whole process that was taken, or lack thereof, to create this festival, and the shit was bananas. Do you want to?
Now, the thing that pissed me off was, well, one of the things that stood out a lot to me was, after, the unpaid workers. Oh, first of all, before I get into that, their main pitch was get a bunch of the top models all over the world and have them post, or they film a video on this beach that was it Pablo Escobar? Pablo Escobar owned this island in the Bahamas, and that was like the thing. And then the guy who owned it was like, he didn't want Pablo Escobar name attached to that island no more.
Right.
So he was like, yo, it was something in the clause to where if they said anything about Pablo Escobar, communion, that all deals was off. So the fucking clowns was still promoting the shit with Pablo Escobar name tied to it. So in the midst of all this BS, they get kicked off that island and had to go find another island, which they had an island where they had to go rent out Airbnbs. Now, mind you, to set up this, they got the top models, and they was like, look, they just they sold everybody a dream. They told the models to just get this orange BS picture. It's just an orange picture, and post it and hashtag FYRE Festival, right? So they post it and everybody goes bananas. They started saying that the good music people was going to be there. Blink 182. Who the fuck is going to pay 200, what was it, 250,000 for a house out there to see Blink 182 perform?
Right. Blink
182. Somebody please tell me when Blink 182 had a song out. Now, don't get me wrong. Blink 182 was dope in the was that late 90s, late mid 90s, early 2000s. You might be a part of that generation.
Were there any millennials that actually gave a fuck about Blink 182?
Blink 182 was dope. Blink 182 was dope at a point. However, to spend $250,000 on a quote unquote villa to watch them, and on top of that, They selling these people these luxury tents that was just a dome
villas
tent.
that didn't even actually exist yet.
And the tents, it was actually tents that was left over from a hurricane.
Right.
That people were sleeping in. And
but they didn't know that yet.
No, they didn't know it. And what
else?
Because
they had a little mock-up to make it look like it was more than what it actually was.
Right. And I keep wanting to go to the part. Now, I just want y'all to...
right, the main part.
I just want y'all to remember this. Okay, he said, all the small things are classic though. B-Hop said late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, so yeah, they Blink-182. So it killed me that, and I hated it at this point. Ja Rule said, everybody calm down. That's not fraud. That's just false advertisement.
No, nigga, false advertisement is fraud. If you selling a dream of something and that's not what it actually is, that's fucking fraud.
And first, and again, second and foremost, who believes in anything Ja Rule that didn't happen in the late 90s, early 2000s?
Dude.
50 came and wiped that dude, as we all know. It was over. Like, why? Who believed in Ja Rule? Ja Rule.
Billy McFarland.
Billy. And what made silly McFarland go like, yo, let's go find Ja Rule? Ja Rule would want to,
Did you see how they were showing how Dave Chappelle was like, we need answers. Go find Ja Rule.
I'm like, fuck what Ja Rule think of this matter. I forgot. It was something like that. Wasn't it something like that, Mike? It was something like that on the Dave Chappelle show. It was like, what would Ja Rule think?
Yeah, what would Ja Rule do?
I ain't give a shit about what Ja Rule think of this matter, but, on top of that, they had, and they said that these people were getting flown out in private luxury jets.
They was getting flued out?
Yeah.
Flued out in private jets.
They was getting flew out in private jets. And it was regular, what was it, 7, 40, 50, whatever the hell them planes is. They just slapped a damn, a decal on the plane. They put a decal on the plane. This nigga said Ja got hits. And talk further, Mike.
White Mike?
Yeah, White Mike is in the building. White Mike, I appreciate you tuning in, man. You know what it is. It's all love on this side, bro. Quick. And you get the thunder. Now, and with all this happening, they got on buses, they pulled up, those people saying like, yo, turn the bus around, we don't want to go. And I don't even know if we have enough time to talk about all the shit that happened there, because there was other shit happening, like when people got locked inside the airport because they wouldn't let them out once they was in there.
That was wild.
Like, it was so much stuff happening on this documentary. Like, y'all really have to go.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, watch that shit.
I was actually, I found it very funny. I was happy that it happened to those people because, the type of people that always want to be in the new, they always want to be, we were the first, we were being on this hip shit, whatever the case. Like, I'm glad that shit happened to him. Cause like with me, I'm, this shit is smoking crazy. I'm like 50-50. Like I'm like, I feel like I'm 50% nerd, 50% like, 1 foot out the street, whatever the fuck, however you want to say it. So like that type of shit, that hype beat shit like that festival was all hype.
All hype, no breaks. So listen, I'm sorry, I was refilling the hookah.
Take a shot.
Let's take a shot first before we really get into it. Y'all take y'all shots.
Take y'all shots.
Cheers. We on fire.
Communion. Hashtag.
All right. Let's talk about it. First and foremost,
that was nasty. Let's
get to the really real part. This nigga Billy McFarland had motherfuckers so hyped up for some shit.
Silly McFarland.
One of his squadrons was gonna suck dick for water.
And he
was gonna suck dick to get the water on the island. We gotta go back. Let's go back. Okay. Yeah, sucking dick for water. Water, look, listen, Linda. It was Evian, so I guess it was worth the head.
I don't give a fuck.
But look, okay. I don't even know where to begin with this shit. Let's just.
That's what I'm saying. It's so
many levels. Okay. No, first and foremost, I don't know too many people who are going to pay thousands of dollars for a trip without seeing any actual pictures of it's on Piggity.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know too many people who are going to pay thousands of dollars for a vacation without seeing what the room is going to look like. Let's start there.
Yo.
They didn't even get their actual flight confirmations or anything like that. So first and foremost, I compared this shit to, like, say, religion. Now, I know my nigga Nympho gonna appreciate this analogy.
Uh-oh.
I compared it to religion because it's almost like a faith-based thing. You know what I mean? Like, you just acting on faith right now. You got so much faith that this shit is gonna be epic. Never mind the actual evidence that you don't fucking have. You just, like, going out on a whim based on the idea of some shit.
Fuck the hype beast.
Then he got this shit so fanatical that he had the people on the camp thinking, like, even though they knew this shit was impossible, they were so caught up in the idea of it being successful that even they got, like, blinded by the obvious.
That's how cold he was selling his dreams. He sold the people on the island that knew it wasn't going to happen. He helped them see the light.
The people on the island who were working with no pay. The people on his camp from Fuck Jerry who were promoting the actual event, who knew it wasn't possible and they still kept going. He had a lot of, and then he was going about it in a way where he was like, anytime somebody tried to tell him, like, Billy, like, this shit ain't gonna work, he'd be like, look, we not a problems type of company. We're a solutions
he was
type
like,
of
no,
company.
don't think like that. That shit.
Now, I commend him for that because I do know that sometimes in business, you do have to operate based on solving the problems. Because we all know, I work for the county, okay? It's a lot of people who want to talk about all the problems, but nobody wants to come with the solution. So to some extent, you do have to have that kind of attitude in order to be successful. But on the other hand, you also have to be realistic when shit is not doable. And I think that's where he fucked up, is that he had people from all different sides telling him this shit is not doable, yet he just he was so delusional that he just was like, whatever, to the point where people were like, maybe he's going to actually pull this shit off.
Yeah, because it was only, it could either turn out very well,
right,
or horribly bad.
Now, niggas knew it got really real when punk ass Blink 182 went and said that they weren't going to perform because they didn't feel like they were going to be able to give the show that their fans deserve.
They don't play Blink 182 too much.
They had, on the lineup, they had good music. They had Blink 182. They had Migos, nigga. Look, I ain't even gonna lie. If I had known about this shit, I probably would have even been inclined to, I could see me and Asia totally like, yo, we need to be at this shit. You know what I mean? Because we send each other shit like that all the time. Where it's like an advertisement for a vacation and we be like, yo, we need to go to this shit. So, long story short, the people show up and obviously it's FEMA tents. No electricity because, mind you, the island that they had purchased didn't have no infrastructure at all. So these people were sleeping in tents with no lighting or anything like that. And basically the next day they're like, fuck that, we're out of here. Because I don't even know if there actually even was a concert. They never even got to the point of saying if anybody even actually showed up to perform. He was just playing music loud as fuck, trying to like block out the fact that everything was fucked up.
And they didn't have bathrooms at one point.
Right, because it's like he was trying to accommodate like 10,000 people, but didn't even have enough tents to accommodate it. Like, even at the point where they were trying to, like, do the whole registration thing, like, if you show up to a hotel and you get your room assigned to you, at a certain point, he's like, fuck it, everybody just go find a tent. Fuck it. Like,
that was nuts.
I can't even deal with this shit. Like, everybody just go find a tent, you know?
They said, it was like something, if you got something package pause, like, go run and get you a tent. And them motherfuckers really started running.
And then people started running the tents. Some people started doing shit
sabotaging
to the tents so that people wouldn't be near them. It was just pretty much pure anarchy. And so, painting this picture just to say that we're going to talk about this on different levels. First thing I want to talk about is how I heard a term that I had never heard before, which was FOMO. And that's the fear of missing out.
Mm.
How many of us have been guilty of that? I can be woman enough to admit that I've been guilty of that at times. like somebody promotes an event or whatever, and it sound lit as fuck, and you're like, yo, I gotta be there. You know what I mean? Because it just sounds like some shit that you want to be a part of. You making that shit look sexy right now.
Thank you.
Jesus.
Thank you.
The smoke blowing out of your nose. My goodness. Shout out to Luna.
And been ready.
So anyway, we talk about hookah. I got the glass, no breaks over here.
We got the glass, no puka.
I'm trying to pretty much come with the shit to let it be known that people oftentimes, especially millennials, because we talking about people born from like 1980 to 1995. Is that what millennial qualifies as?
I think they changed it recently, but something like that, yeah.
So our generation are the ones who's constantly trying to keep up with the Joneses. We got to be on social media. We got to know what the hottest shit is. We got to get the new Vapor Max. We got to be at the opening of this. Pretty much like
pop-up shops and all.
Yeah, it's like people want to post everything to make it look like they popping. This is a real epidemic.
Yeah.
Like I see people actually breaking themselves, going into debt, not taking care of their real responsibilities, trying to be at shit like this. Are you fucking
kidding me?
That's why I think the fact that it turned out to not even be what it was just the irony, because it's almost like mirroring reality. Like people are trying so hard to be a part of shit, and they not even really with the shits to even be a part of that shit.
You know what that was? That was an episode of Black Mirror.
Really? I don't watch it.
No, I'm saying that situation, that disaster that happened out there, this thing, that how Black Mirror is and how they talk about things of the future, how things are going, that's that. The fear of missing out, that's some Black Mirror shit.
I mean, and like I said, you know, how many times have your homies proposed a vacation and you know deep down you can't afford it, but because you don't want to be the only nigga missing out, you just find a way. I know last year I was lifting and postmating my ass off to go to Jamaica. It was worth it.
But was you grind? You was grinding.
I was grinding.
I was grinding. It's a difference.
I paid for my shit. I didn't take out no loans or nothing to go. Like I paid for my.
And you didn't go broke. So
I didn't. I even moved after I or just before I went.
So that's a difference.
But
you did
even
it the smart
still,
way.
and I thank you. But even still, like I know there was people who was probably using mom and dad's credit card. What's up with that?
I mean, now I can't really speak on that because you're gonna take a shot without me. I can't really speak on that because to an actual concert or show, I never been to a concert or a show.
Ever? No concert.
No. However, let me finish. Look now. However,
damn.
Now,
you need to plan a trip then.
I'm going to one next month.
Where?
It's downtown.
Who's performing?
I'm about to get to that. Now, I certain people I would pay money to go see. And prior to when this thing hit my my email, I told the homie, I said, man, the only person I would love to go see perform right now if Lupe performed his whole first album.
Oh yeah, I don't want to go.
I know. You know what I'm saying? So Lupe Fiasco is performing next month, and I brought the tickets like 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying? VIP with it. I went all out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, now that I didn't want to miss out on that because that was a classic thing for hip-hop, for the hip-hop heads. However, I can't really express in that lane, but I know that I don't like hype beats. I know hype beats mess it up. Now, that's why I was so happy that this shit was a fucking cluster fucking BS happening in there, because I'm sitting back like if I seen people doing it, I'd be like, that's what you get. You tried to pay a small house to go see some Blink 182, Migos, whoever was in the good music family, and they didn't even say who in the good family was gonna be there.
Well, okay, let's rewind though. They paid Kendall $250,000 to make a post saying that good music was gonna be there, and naturally, since Kendall is connected to the family, if she makes a post and says that they're gonna be there, you believe it. Because it ain't every day that Kendall just posting shit about some shit that ain't real. So that just goes to show the power of influence, too.
Yeah.
Because this whole festival was basically built around influencers.
Right. Oh, and we left out that the influencers are the ones who brought the people out. Where was the influencer staying at?
In the tents. It was like a couple influencers who were staying in the actual
they was in the
villas
yacht.
and the houses.
Remember the yacht? They were staying on the yacht. Remember they was like, we're not getting off the yacht because it looked like a disaster. They seen the crazy shit from the yacht. I didn't think
they were in the yacht. I thought they were in like a little like an Airbnb type situation.
It was some in Airbnbs, but it was some that was on that yacht that they promised some of the people that some of them 250,000 packages or that 500,000, whatever it was, they can stay on the yacht.
Who the fuck pays $250,000 to go to a festival though? You could buy a fucking house.
That's what I'm saying.
To go to a fucking festival, priorities is all the way fucked up. All the way. And then he was like, and then when he knew that he didn't have enough money to put the festival on, he's like, oh, we are having a cashless system, so load up some money to be able to use the cashless system. We recommend $300 a day, and they raised like $800,000 doing that. First of all, if it's legit, like if you go on a cruise, for example, they will say that you can have like a sea pass or whatever they call it. You just basically add in your credit card. You're not actually loading money up front. That should have been a red flag right there.
Hello. It should have been a what?
That just goes a red flag issue. And that goes to show that people get lost in the sauce and caught up in the hype to the point where reality no longer matters.
Oh.
You act like your arm is short, nigga.
She telling me, I do got short arms. Shit. She talking about communion. She want me to take this communion. I see what you're doing there. You're not slick at all.
So my point is, ladies and gentlemen, that our generation got to do better. We really do. Like, if this is a shit that's a priority to us, we got to do better. It goes in line with what we were talking about before the break. You know, at a certain point, so before the break, we were talking about those that don't have, the have-nots.
Mm-hmm.
Now we talking about the haves. The haves got to do better too. Because the way that we're spending our money is frivolous. I can even admit that I done bought like 3-4 pair of shoes this month or in the past couple months. It was probably a couple $100 each.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been like $1,000 or $800 in my bank account.
Yeah.
At least it's something I could keep though. A concert, like once it's done, you have nothing to show for it.
Right.
At least I got like Vapor Max now that I could say I have.
The fire.
I could wear for time and time.
The FYRE ones.
Thank you. These
with the snake skin around it.
Hello, Air Max Plus. Thank you. But look, he's like, no. But this is some shit that's not tangible. Like a concert, once you go, it's done. You don't have nothing to show for it but pictures. Who gives a fuck about a picture?
I mean, that
pictures mean a lot to our generation.
That's the thing about hype.
A picture just to say that you were somewhere.
That FYRE festival was for hype beasts. Like, too many people got excited to spend 200,000, 8,000. I don't even know if you could have went there for anything under 1,000.
I don't even know how much the packages were, but I know one thing. I'm not paying that much to stay in a fucking tent on a deserted island.
A two bed tent. No and
restroom. Mind you, it rained before the concert, so it was a Stormy Daniel issue.
Oh,
hit him with the thunder. It was a Stormy Daniel issue. Wet ass. It was wet. It was that wet issue with a cheese sandwich.
The food, and that's what made everything go wrong. The rain came.
That picture of that cheese sandwich killed the game. It wasn't a grilled cheese.
And
it was just a slice of cheese.
And mind you,
regular bread with some spring mix on the side. You got me fucked up.
I don't even was it even dressing on there?
No dressing.
No dressing. You had a salad, no dressing. 2 pieces of bread with a over-processed piece of cheese on there.
It wasn't even provolone. That wasn't even provolone.
What's the other one that come in the brown package? It was like a
Havarti or some shit. Like, I don't know what that was.
Nah, it wasn't even that. That shit was that cheese that you get that don't have no brand and don't melt in the microwave. It was one of them, like the cheapest of the cheapest. Like, it's the cheese that will burn before it melts.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about, bro. It's the cheese that will
Kraft?
It will burn before it melts. It's like Springfield. It's bull.
Springfield.
It's bull.
Wait a minute. Where do they sell Springfield?
Hey, wherever they sell it at is there. It's some trash. And
wow.
and even before that, the guy that was connected to Blink 182, he tried to sabotage the joint. It didn't work, but that bread came out and it was a wrap. And then to make matters worse, so everything shut down. Silly McFarlane couldn't be found. Everybody looking for him. And Ja Rule wasn't even on the island. Ja Rule never made it there.
He didn't?
No, Ja Rule was never there.
That. Wait a minute. Let's go in these comments, okay? Mike said, if it ain't Fiji, it's a no-go. It was Evian, so it was a no-go. And he was going to suck dick for Evian, not Fiji, for Evian.
I don't give a damn if it was, man.
I'm sucking dick for Aquafina.
Are you fucking kidding
Maybe a
me?
deciding issue. I'm not sucking dick for Evian. I'm just...
At least you can do it for alkaline water.
Oh, the pH.
You know what I'm saying? Get the pH balance right. These niggas out here for what's the 7-Eleven water? These niggas getting it crazy.
The electrolyte issue. Wait a minute. Hold on. What else they saying? The Jews made all the artists back out. That's what Talk Flirty said. B-Hop said shit might turn into a battle royale. Mike said, I paid $500 to see Jay at his 444 tour, but at least you knew he was going to show up. That's a legitimate tour.
Yeah.
500 is a lot, though,
That's
Mike.
a lot. Now, did you pay for just yours, or you and the wifey went? Like, what was it? You pay $500. That's it.
He said, I got to dap up Jay after the concert and got it on video. Okay, that's worth the $500 issue. If I got to dap up Jay, I'd do that for $5.
That's dope.
That is dope. Share the video.
Yeah, post the video on.
I need to see that.
On the Seriously Not Another podcast.
I'm gonna live vicariously through White Mike, but I don't know. I mean, the moral of the story is that
wait, we not finished yet. So the dude get arrested and get bailed out for $300,000.
Yes.
Nobody got paid. Nobody on the island got paid. The restaurant.
But wait, then he tried to use his email list to promote more bullshit. Like, oh, you could get some what is it called? Met Gala tickets?
The Met Gala, which
Super Bowl tickets.
Which you can't even buy tickets to Met Gala.
He raised like another few million doing that shit.
Oh, Mike said $500 per ticket. He spent $1,500 total.
Wow.
So,
FOMO, Mike.
Here you go, Mike. What should I give him? Fuck it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Let's go.
Are you fucking kidding me?
But at the same time.
Right, no. It's like a double whammy, right? Like, are you fucking kidding me?
At
But
the same
that's
time,
hurt, though.
you got to dap up Jay.
No, for real. That's lit. He said front row. That's pretty lit.
That's not bad then.
Nah.
Front row?
Because Beyonce tickets is way more than that. People was paying like a couple racks to see Beyonce front row. So, I don't know. I guess my thing is overall. Oh, and he ended up getting convicted for 6 years for this shit.
He went to jail for 6 years.
He got convicted for 6 years.
One of the guys won $6 million.
Now, the crazy part is that Ja Rule didn't get no time for this. When have you ever heard of a white man getting 6 years for something, but Ja Rule gets no time?
Right.
That's wild. Ja Rule, you have won yet again. You prevailed. I don't know. I guess the point is watch the documentary if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's worth it. I'm glad.
Was insane.
I'm glad she had me watch it.
Yeah, it was crazy. I hit up a bunch of people. I was like, yo, you gotta watch FYRE. This shit is crazy. Because it kind of is really like a metaphor for a lot of the shit that's going on right now. Everybody want to be relevant. Everybody want to look like they doing something that's popping. Even if it's not popping. I see so many posts where people I've been in situations where say for example, we at like a outing, and I know the people who I'm with ain't got no bread, but they posting videos making it look like this shit is so lit. Anybody can make some shit look a certain way on social media, when in actuality it be bullshit situations. It just goes to show how important social media image is to our generation.
Yeah, and people would be miserable as hell and still try and make it look good, like they having the best time and be
hell
doing
yeah.
bad
How
as
many
fuck.
times have motherfuckers been at a party or strip club or wherever the fuck it was, ain't got no bread, ain't got no bottles, ain't even got a drink. They holding somebody else's drink like, hey, we in this bitch. Like, no, this is not your drink, though.
But they pay all that money and then go home to sleep on a lawn chair.
Another example, how many people paying for bottles and tables? $1,200, $1,500. Nigga, I could get a Costco bottle for $24.99. Houseway. How do you pay $1,200 for a bottle and a table?
Well, that's what I didn't get about. I don't get about people that go to clubs just to stand there and look like the in crowd. Like, that never been cool to me. Even when we was doing music and shit, like, that shit was never cool to me.
Motherfuckers would rather be at a turnt ass house party than to be at a bullshit club making it look like it's some shit that it was. For me, I don't know. It just seems like millennials, we got to do better. We do. We really do. We got to prioritize. Yeah. I respect people who posting pictures at their house like, I'm comfortable as fuck. Like, what? Netflix and chill.
That's me. I always tell people.
For real.
Like, honestly, like, I'm too focused at this moment to try and get shit popping to do that type of shit. So I make sure, like, at the crib, I'm surrounded by everything that I love doing in my off time. Like, even now, like, I'm a gamer, but I haven't even had time to play the game because I've been trying to get all this shit in order and get this Townhouse Media shit off the ground. So I ain't even been able to do that. So to even step away from this and put something else over priority over that is foolishness.
I can't even justify going to hookah lounges no more because I have a fucking all glass, no breaks issue.
Do you understand, like, what you pay for this?
This shit is priceless to me.
And people are paying, like...
They not even getting as good of a hit off of some hookah as we getting off of this. No. And this is free for me now because I done already made the investment.
You feel me?
I'm just saying.
So
niggas don't want to pull up.
Moral of the story, stop being hype beast.
Pull up.
Stop living outside your means. Stop, it don't have to be it now. If you can afford it, hey, by all means, do your thing if that's your thing. But,
let's define what afforded means, because how many times have we seen niggas with certain type of cars and shit, but they stay with they folks? You may be able to afford to pay a car note, but are you really in a position where you should be having a Lexus or a Benz or whatever when you don't even own property, let alone your own apartment? Afforded is a very vague word as well, because technically you could put yourself in a position to afford something, but what else do you have? I'm just saying.
Speak on it.
And it's like really hard for our generation because unless you really, really, really doing it, it's hard to own property or anything like that. But I bet you if we didn't do bullshit like this, and we stacked our bread instead of going and trying to do bullshit like this, we could probably have a lot more.
Yes. And I mean, just think of all those people that went there with their friends. And those people are different that went on this festival. Because if they had that money to blow, they got bread.
Parents' money.
Yeah, I would think so. But just think all that money them and their friends put together, the business they could have started.
Right.
Or the property they could have brought. You know what I mean? So, it's quite unfortunate that not even in that, like, I'm not going to pay a house, so I'm not going to pay for a house somewhere and in certain areas, a nice ass house, and go, I can buy a house and rent it out and have.
They thought they was gonna be on a private island with Chanel Iman.
Fuck
and
that.
Bella Hadid or Habib or whatever her name is.
That's what I'm saying. Like that shit ain't fire.
That shit ain't fire.
That shit ain't fire.
I know niggas is at their mom's house smoking fire that's having a more lit time than they had in them fucking tents. I'm just saying. A fire ass edible could be a lituation. And that's like what, $10?
I'm not sure, but
that's seriously fire.
I'm gonna that's you
heard. That's seriously on fire right there.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's sad, but that's the way we've been going. People just want to be in. Like, I'd rather, and I always wanted to be the nigga in the background that, had whatever and be like, how the hell did this person get this? You know what I'm saying? That's what I always wanted to be. I don't
consider myself to be a background person. I be finding myself in lit situations, but it don't be on my dime. It be on other people's dime. Like, I've had some of the best trips by accident, like went to Vegas and was able to have like a little situation where it looked like The Hangover Part 3 by accident, And I guess what I'm saying is that if you really, really with the shits, like, you don't have to do all that extra shit to find yourself in a cool little situation. People be overachieving on bullshit and underachieving on real shit.
Right.
So, anyway.
Now, it was something interesting that I seen a friend of mine post on Facebook. Say, you ever like somebody, y'all vibe and everything, but you're not attracted to them physically? # this ish is hard. You ever been in that situation before?
No, because if I'm not attracted to somebody, I don't even get to the point of vibing with them. I don't know if I'm superficial, but I don't know.
So you never been attracted to someone that wasn't attractive and couldn't figure out why? Or what was it like? This motherfucker
No, I think my problem is the opposite. I'm attracted to people that I have no business being attracted to. I'm just being honest. Like, I be like, why am I dealing with this bullshit? Like, why? I'm just being honest enough to admit what other people want. Like,
no, I feel you.
And sometimes I wish I did have the problem that you said, because then, you
end up getting disappointed and being disappointed and hurt or whatever the case. Like, I think with something like that, I think a lot of women go through that, and not to cancel out men. I'm pretty sure men too, but me personally, I know a lot of women that goes through that.
Men too. I mean, it's a lot of men who deal with women based on physical attraction, but they don't necessarily have a lot of substance to offer. Now, me, I think my situation is a little more complex, because I may be attracted to someone based on the physical attraction, and then also because they're a cool individual, but maybe the circumstances is not quite there to where I should be fucking with the person.
Right.
And I'm trying to really not do that anymore, because the power of potential is a cold motherfucker. We gotta stop fucking with people based on potential. We gotta fuck with people based on the here and now. Like, what do you see before you?
Right.
Well, it's like religion. Like, you operating on faith instead of facts. Like,
well, I mean, I have a homegirl that's like that right now. Like, the person that she's dealing with is like, no potential there at all. Like, this nigga's just a rap. And she's still there. Like, what do you say to a person that even when it's not potential there and they still like with that person and deal with that person? What this is tough.
My thing is, deal with the person accordingly. Okay? It's not to say that you can't deal with someone who may not have their shit all the way together. But you got to deal with them accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know somebody is attractive and they got some fire head or some fire dick or whatever the case may be, fuck with them according to what they can give you. Don't be giving nobody no titles and shit if they ain't got no substance to offer.
Now,
and even then, it's a fine line because fire head and fire pussy and fire dick have you making poor ass decisions. It takes a strong individual to be able to separate the two. That's soul snatching.
Very much soul snatching 101.
Man, that Jill Scott issue,
but
from a broke bitch. Niggas be out here like, oh, they not giving you an EBT in February? What you need? I can hear that.
I hope the side went through like
I got a party pack of chicken wings. I'm on my way. Like, it's no problem.
But I guess the young lady that goes there, and you know what? Maybe that is the case. Maybe the sex is great, but is that really enough to sit there like and to put all your time into that, and you not even your head is, or what's the saying? Like you drown, like you damn near drowning in life. Like you
That's
almost.
the problem. You cannot let someone drown you. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no flotation device, you cannot be fucking with motherfuckers that is an anchor out here. Like, no, you gotta be able to still stay above water if you trying to fuck with somebody who ain't got the flotation device. Like, I'm just saying.
Well, maybe two broke people are perfect for each other.
No, Dolly said two broke people should not be having sex with each other. That was episode, 31? I know it was the race issue. I go back. I can't remember what episode it was. But my nigga Dolly said two broke people do not have no business fucking.
Unfortunately,
somebody gotta have bread in this mouth.
Unfortunately, it's bad. Cause I'm gonna tell you, like I be seeing that bus stop love be looking real good sometimes. I be driving
ain't gonna
past.
lie, it do.
Don't it?
That should be the best.
The people that be couples on the bus stop be look like they in love, sitting laps,
back
hugging.
of the bus in the corner seat, love.
You feel me? Like ain't a worry in the world,
man.
And they about to take they less fortunate ass to the house.
I'm gonna pass you the tap car while I slide in through the back door, love.
You feel me? Oh,
that shit is really real. Where can I get that?
You know, everybody want that, and then it's like
I got enough gas to get to your house, love.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna have to spend the night like I got enough
till my direct deposit hit, love.
And what about that love? Like I ain't got enough gas to come to your house. Well, okay, I'll get on the bus and come there.
Hey,
that love, that type of love, and that can make people with money who can't get it right jealous though.
Yeah, because people with money be doing that bullshit like, oh, if you ain't got it, I got it, babe, love.
You what you rather have? You rather have the bus stop love or the you ain't got it, I got it love? Cause that bus stop, I'm telling you,
I'd rather have the you could come but you gotta go love.
Wait, where's the thunder?
I'm just saying, because I don't want either of those. Like I could pretend in this moment, but reality said love. You know what I'm saying? Don't joke. Like I could pretend like you my nigga tonight, but tomorrow I know I gotta really go get this coin, love.
Yeah.
Cause I know you can't give it to me, love. And it's okay, cause I still fuck with you. But
and that goes to relationships. Like I guess just, you know, it's literally different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, it is.
You know, cause it can be two people. Like some people out here like really have faith in these people that's headed nowhere. And, you know, willing to go through the loops and, you know, hit me and talk about that this nigga ain't nothing. And why you, I got to the point to where any of my homegirls hit me with this nigga ain't nothing, then why you there? We gonna cut all this out. Why you there then?
Man, broke niggas got the best dick.
And that's
I don't know
fine.
what it is.
And
Maybe because they don't have to expel a lot of energy doing work.
Right.
So they got all the energy in that dick. I don't know what it is.
Hey.
I don't know. I don't know. I need answers.
That's unfortunate for women because niggas.
No. Broke pussy.
Because niggas.
FYRE too.
Niggas don't.
Look, he's like, how many rides have you given?
Niggas don't want no broke female. And nigga in his
say they don't.
Late 30s don't want no broke female.
They say they don't, but they will fuck a broke bitch. They will. Are
you fucking kidding me?
Well, on that note,
no, for real, they will. I mean, look, at the end of the day,
but they won't stay in a situation with them though. Like that's the difference. Like a man will sleep with him and bounce.
I don't know if that's true because I know a lot of niggas who's out here giving females coin on the low. They may not always tell their homies. It ain't something you advertise, but. I was actually having this conversation with somebody earlier today. I think to some extent, men almost prefer the broke bitch because it makes them feel needed. You know what I'm saying? If you have a woman who you feel like no matter what you do, it's going to go unappreciated because she got everything already. It's not as fulfilling as the one who's going to be like, oh my God, thank you, babe. You bought me a 4 for $4. I don't know. It's like I don't know.
Hey yo, if your woman get happy over a 4 for $4, B, yo,
are you fucking kidding me?
Yo, 4 for $4. That shit that the football team just got at the White House.
I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to do it.
Yo, Young Dolly said, "Bum sex is always fire." Oh, he missed.
Look, he didn't change his tune because he said broke people shouldn't be having sex.
Right.
Now he said the bum sex is fire.
And then he corrected it with the FYRE though. He said, but so is crack. Excuse me. What's good to you ain't always good for you.
Hey, that's big facts.
That's too much game, man. Too much game.
Yeah.
You know.
Have you ever had bum sex?
I'm gonna say like R. Kelly. Now what exactly is bum sex?
Dolly, can you call in and tell us what bum sex is? What's the phone number? 213-618-8961.
There you go.
Before we go out of here, we need to know what bum sex is. Now, bum sex. Have I ever had bum sex? I think I've had sex with a bum. I didn't think it was bum sex though.
Okay.
It was cum sex.
Hold on.
I don't know. Thank you for coming out. God bless you in your night sex. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
well, however, I mean, is that so? I would say bum is just like one night stand situations.
I don't think bum sex is one night stand. We got is this him? Okay, we're going to find out, ladies and gentlemen, what is that bum
Seriously,
issue?
not another podcast.
What's happening with it?
What's happening with it?
Y'all know I got y'all on speed dial. But bum sex is fucking any motherfucker that's pretty much a bum. Broke bitch, broke nigga. Bum sex. Fucking with a bum. It's always fire.
I have a question.
But
is it still considered bum sex if, say, like one of the people got their shit together and they know that the other person doesn't, but they're just,
fucking a bum?
That's still bum sex?
Yes. If I'm fucking a bum, I'm having bum sex.
Oh, man. Damn.
Just like that song, Future, Rich Sex. He's rich. He's probably not fucking a rich bitch.
So then that's not rich sex then.
Yes, because he's rich. Somebody rich. It's $1 million in the bed. That's rich sex.
Okay. All right. So if one individual,
but if it's a bum in the bed, that's bum sex.
Damn. And what exactly is a bum?
A bum, a motherfucker who don't have a bed with a what would you call it? A frame on the bottom.
Or if
No
they don't have,
headboard.
if they don't have a top sheet, like they only got the fitted sheet, or if they
Yeah,
using the flat sheet as the fitted sheet.
exactly. Or if they got sheets as curtains. If
They
got
got
sheets
pillows
in the
with no
window.
pillowcases.
Yeah, if they
With
got
stains.
sheets in their window, or they
With stains.
they got their name on some milk or orange juice in their mama refrigerator.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They out here naming they shit. I mean,
Yeah,
right?
they like who the fuck drank my orange juice? If you gotta ask your parents that question, you probably a bum.
Wow.
Son of a bitch.
So any sex with motherfuckers in those categories, yeah, that's bum sex, and it is always fantastic. But so is a cocaine high, but it ain't good for you.
So is it like socially acceptable to have bum sex on occasion?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
it's cool to dabble.
Okay.
Shit, you could snort cocaine if you could afford to have it.
As long as you're not like fucking up your priorities over it, basically.
Exactly.
It's like a
Plenty
weekend
of
issue.
celebrities snort cocaine, and we don't, fault them for it. Bruno Mars smoke cocaine or snort.
He do?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, G-Eazy.
Yeah, G-Eazy for sure.
I can't picture Bruno sniffing coke.
Shit.
Yeah,
Google it.
He had a bad addiction.
Yeah. You Google it. A lot of these people, you can Google they
So when
coke
he
habit,
said
but
dripping with finesse, he was talking about the drip from the coke?
See.
And he
Oh
said,
my
"See,
God.
nose cavity
All
gone."
this time I never knew.
Yeah, a lot of them dudes is cokish. You see how
Cokish.
long Soulja Boy been out here, with that nose candy, that booger sugar.
Hey, but even though with all that, he been dropping some facts. It's just the way he been dropping the facts though.
So wait, did
Yeah,
Drake
he
really
the
steal
god
his
of
shit?
mumble rap.
Did who?
Did Drake really steal Soulja Boy shit?
They put the video
No.
out.
He stole us, had that name.
It sound like it. I mean, I wouldn't say he stole it, but the harmony sounded like.
But see, Drake done borrowed shit from everybody, so that ain't really a heavy flex though.
That is true too. Like, I mean,
That nigga done whooped everybody's style a little piece. He sang soon.
That's because he's mixed.
That's funny.
He got a little bit of colonizer in him.
God damn.
Ain't that some shit?
Well, Young Dolly, I appreciate all this game you've been dropping, man. You've been dropping too much game, man. We're gonna have to save some of that. Also, when can the people be expecting that cat versus dog?
ASAP pronto, but we shooting for February. Hopefully early February.
Okay.
Within the next couple weeks, it's up to my co-host, but we should be rocking shortly.
We got to get her to respond a little bit quicker, man. Things will move a lot faster.
Don't be putting the business out there.
Nah, she good at what she do. We got to get it. So, all right, man, we about to get up out of here. Appreciate you calling in like always. And,
yes, indeed.
Y'all heard it here. Cat
Shout out
versus
to
dog.
the bum sex. How many of y'all gonna have bum sex tonight?
All right, in a minute.
I'll wait.
All right, I'll let y'all.
I mean, I'm curious.
That's funny.
Anyway, look, y'all keep that to yourselves. No one wants to admit it.
Yeah.
Some of y'all fucking bums that y'all call girlfriends and boyfriends. You know.
On that note,
right?
Are you fucking kidding me?
I hope it's FYRE. Seriously, FYRE.
Everybody does. Well, that music is on, letting you guys know that our time is up. Episode 40 was most definitely fired. Our first episode of this year.
Yes, indeed.
Me and AC.
What do you mean?
Are back with a vengeance. Me, the East Sider, and the Inglewoodian. Still bringing that fire. Seriously.
On fire.
I had fun. I actually gearing up for this episode was almost like the first time doing the podcast, and
Yeah.
we back.
We got our feet wet. I feel like next week we gonna really come with the shit.
Hey man, we gonna bring it the best way we know how.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you like always being the best as you can be.
Oh, I appreciate you as well.
Bringing this Luna, we got the new pictures of you guys. Make sure that you listening, whether you listening live or listening later. Please go to Apple Podcasts, or if you're listening on Google Podcasts, please subscribe, comment, rate is it is most definitely
critical.
We need them ratings up in there. We're trying to get to that top
200
in
2019.
2019.
What do you mean?
Shout out to everybody that was in the message board. Shout out to everybody that was on Facebook Live. I appreciate you.
Yes.
Appreciate my cousin Psycho Mike sitting in laughing at us. You know what I'm saying? Much love. What else we got coming? Soon in the very near future, we will be having the live streams up on Facebook. Facebook
and YouTube.
YouTube, most definitely YouTube. Sunday, tune in at 9 p.m. to listen to
No Rules
podcast.
Absolutely none.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. On that note, we up out of here.
Yes, indeed. What do you